Video, I'm going to show you guys how to process the data at dailystockmarketdata.com. So I created this website to democratize finance and give more access to high quality data for everybody. And daily stock market data caters to NASDAQ tickers. You can see the full list of tickers here, but there are about 6,000 of them. This number fluctuates day to day because sometimes there is data gaps or those tickers just haven't been traded that day. So that's why sometimes this number changes, but this website is updated every day at around 6 o'clock p.m. I actually need to update this to 6 o'clock p.m. because it takes a long time to scrape this much data. It's over 1 million rows. So I'm gonna show you guys how to really process this. I'm gonna go and download a fresh copy. Feel free to subscribe, and when you subscribe, you get an email every day telling you that new data is available. For now, I'm not gonna subscribe, and I'm gonna open up the data file and sort of walk you through it to explain what is going on and how to really read this. So this is a huge file, so if you open up in Excel, it won't actually open up the entire thing. It'll load part of it. So I'm going to full screen this real quick. And what we have here is seven columns, 7 rows. We have the symbol, the timestamp, the open price, the close price, the high price, the low price, and the volume. So how this data is laid out is 60-second intervals. So the timestamp will start with when this time interval is starting, and then the next timestamp will come in at exactly 60 seconds after that. So the open price is what this ticker opened at. The close price is what this ticker closed at. The high price is during this minute interval, what is the highest price for that? The low price is the lowest price of this stock. And then the volume is how many shares were traded. So you can see here that this was a very low volume trade. It was only one trade pretty much. It was 100 shares. And the open price is $121.24. Close price of the stock during this minute was $121.24. The high, the low is the same. So nothing very eventful here. Not every ticker is traded heavily. You can see that there are periods where there was literally just no trades and it was trading flat. So let's look at something that we all probably know, Apple. So Apple is like always a very highly traded stock. It's one of the most popular. And we could see here, like the open, is $122 during this right when market opened. This is an epoch timestamp. So you could go to epoch converter and convert this to a human readable time. So this was at 9:30 a.m. This is Eastern time because the stock exchange is based in New York. And this is market open. So it was $122.29. 122 was the close. So you see this stock actually traded down during the first minute. The highest was 122 and 52 cents. The lowest is 121 and 99 cents. And over 20,000 shares, 27,000 shares were traded during this time. So this is exactly at 9:30. This was the movement in the stock market. So if we use one application of this data is taking the close price of every minute and then creating a chart of that. So what we can do here is we can take all the day trading intervals of Apple and then create a closing chart to show exactly how Apple is traded. So we could insert a graph. So this is pretty much the graph for Apple. And we can go into Google Finance and sort of show that too. Yeah, it's pretty much the same as how Apple traded during the day. This is a little bit more fine-grained because we have exactly minute data for everything. So that's one application of using daily stock market data. This was on the 11th of 21. And these are all minute time intervals. So another application is we could look at how volume changed during this entire period. So let's take Apple, and then let's insert another graph. So here's a volume graph for Apple. So now this is a graph that you won't necessarily get on other websites. They do show volume trades and candlesticks. I believe Yahoo Finance does this. However, this is something that you can create on your own, and then you can get a more fine-grained look at the volume of Apple. So you see that there are like a couple big spikes around like 30 time intervals in 30 minutes into the trading day. There's another big spike around like 150, and then 295 to another big trade, another big spike in volume. So this was like how the market responded for the day. One application of this is you could align this with news to see like what causes Apple to spike, what causes trades to happen. Another one is you could start looking for signals of when maybe price goes up. So you could create a secondary chart overlaying the volume and the close price. And that's what I'm going to do right now. So you could create another graph. So, okay, this is not exactly perfect because volume is created, is much larger than price, so you can't really set the x-axis. But what you could do is theoretically take the close price, zoom out. It's a lot of data. So what you could theoretically do is take the close price and then overlay it on top of the volume to get some insights on when large volume happens, what happens to the stock. So you can zoom in here. And here we can overlay it to a degree. We can't really overlay it because Excel doesn't give us that kind of power. So you can see here, if we overlay this, a large spike indicates a downward movement, a large spike indicates a downward movement here. So these spikes are mostly sell-offs. So large spikes in volume could be an indicator of a sell-off event. So that's something that we can deduce from these graphs, finding the triggers which could boost your algorithms. So how do we really process this with code? Because it's great in Excel, but of course, like Python is definitely the move. If we open it up in Sublime Text or another text editor, we can see this is just a comma separated list. We have the symbol, we have the timestamp, the open, the close, high, low, and the volume. So this we can use for any other Python program or MATLAB or anything that can process CSVs. This is just a CSV in the end. But you could see how powerful this is as a tool for understanding markets. And also there are other fine-grained things that you can do, such as calculating volatility. You can derive a lot of statistics from the basic statistics, which are the data that we provide. But this is something that we leave open for you, our subscribers. We're really happy to have you here, and we're really interested in seeing what you come up with. So all in all, thank you for watching this video, and I hope you learned something about daily stock market data and really how it can help you develop and backfill your trading strategies. So thank you.